Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Appreciate you being on here today. So I wanted to get into a very important subject. What I've got here is the Legendary Marketer page, as you can see. Excuse me. So let's get right into this. Let me pull up the um, PDF document that I put together earlier, and let me share that. Okay, the subject at hand, very important, one that affects all of us as online marketers, is what is a lead? Okay, this is something that was shared by one of our top earners within Legendary Marketers. His name is Mark, and he is outstanding in as how he described what is a lead and what we should be looking at and how we should be thinking about it. The importance of this is that a lead is not a customer. Okay, and we'll develop that a little bit more, as we go along with this presentation. Just to keep that in mind that if you are looking at a lead, it's just a prospect at this time. They're not warmed up traffic. Somebody that says, I have somewhat of an interest, but they're not ready yet to buy. Okay, and so we really focus in on that and understand that a lead is a lead. They are just traffic. They are somebody of interest of what you have to offer as a product or service. Okay, and we can go on more in reference that and they are really coming in as he described it, as eyeballs to your offer. So it could be a Facebook follower that you have currently. They could be a potential lead. They're looking at what you've put up on Facebook, but they've not bought. It could be just someone that raises their hand and says, "Okay, all right, you've got my attention." You know, so and they get on your email list or your marketing list, and that would be what we call or quantify as a lead. So what is the purpose of generating lead? Okay, so this was another thing that when I was taking notes, listening to Mark as part of the Legendary Marketer Group, his presentation with David Sharp, really he went into this in detail. That again, we understand that a lead is different than an actual customer. Again, I talked about this earlier. That is to get eyeballs essentially on your offer. Okay, and that's the purpose of generating a lead is that if you have an offer, it's out there, it's a good service, it's a good product, you have to generate that traffic to take a look at or get eyeballs on your offer. So very important that you differentiate that. So it could be the potential customer's pain or problem that your product or service will help solve and what it can help address. So what you really want to ask yourself is put yourself in their shoes. Really, do they need what you're offering? Do they want what you're offering? If the product or service that you have, honestly, and in all honesty, you can say that it's not something of value that has good features or benefits that could help somebody, then I personally would not market that. And that's what you have to weigh out whether it's a good offer. Let's say you have something on ClickBank. You're looking at an affiliate offer, a product. Is it good for them? Will it? What can I give to them to fill their need? This is one of the other questions that came up, right? So if you give them uh, sufficient value and you help you really identify what the target audience is looking for, then you can push on those points. That's what's brought up in this bullet point here, and develop that. To get them to notice your landing page, your capture page, or your opt-in page, and remember the purpose of any of those latter pages here is just to get the customer basic information, is to get their name and get their email address. And so right now they're really not a buying customer. You're generating interest on your offer, on your product or service, and they'll eventually make an informed decision based on how you continue to guide them and market to them to become a customer. Or they warm up to that, right? Okay, so let's go on. So first and foremost, how do you do this? You get yourself, and this is the great secret to it, guys, a lead magnet to help them notice your offer. So lead magnet could be something, let's say if you're in the healthcare niche, it could be lose 10 pounds within the next 30 days. I'll show you how. Okay. So yeah, the prospect at the time um, will give their name and email address in exchange for maybe a PDF file that you've developed. It could list 24 different points of how to do that, right? Do exactly that as far as how to lose weight. But then thereafter, yeah, you've got the prospects, the lead captured in your opt-in page, your landing page, right? You've got their name and email in exchange for that lead magnet, and that's what's important. You know, in our society, it seems like all of us are looking for something extra. There's always that infomercial that comes on late at night and says, "But wait, there's more." So the point being is that you give something of value in exchange for basic customer information. Okay, so let's develop this a little bit further, and I'll show you, what I mean by that. Um, we are really looking at getting into a little bit more detail. You want to be as specific as possible when you're trying to help your lead understand what your offer or your product or services right within your offer. You want to describe specifically how it's going to help them, how it's going to benefit them. So I touch on features and benefits. This is one of the things that many years ago I was selling property and casualty with MetLife life insurance, and they taught us basics. They said, you know what, you're professionals, obviously, but in order for you to attract your customer base, you are having a portfolio of different things that you're selling, but provide the value, sell them on the features of that, or sell them on the benefits of that portfolio. So the end result is, yep, you've got something, for your prospect. You've got them to opt in, and so that's why I bring up this third bullet point: is don't be vague or non-specific. You will not get opt-ins. That's exactly it. And they should say develop an introduction. So you've got them to your opt-in page, right? So now that's great. You've got their name and email address. That's wonderful. But don't just pass them on to the product, service, or offer at that time. Get them to a bridge page. Basically, a bridge page connects the opt-in page as part of your funnel. Then the bridge page comes, and it could be a third descriptor, maybe leading up to your website, perhaps, or finally you push them or you lead them towards the offer, the actual product. Um, Personally, I go into details on the bridge page. I will um, give them an introduction of not only what I'm going to do for them as far as value within the next 7 to 10 business days through my email sequence. And that's very important, guys. If you don't have an email sequence, think through what your offer is, what your product is, and you could go through your product and you could develop that sequence just based on what they have. You could do it yourself, or they may already have what they call email swipes. So all you do is day one, you will send that email to that prospect because you've got their name and email at this time, right? So you've got them to your bridge page. And maybe at that time, they're not interested, they shut out and they just leave. But the good thing is you've got their email and name. So now you can put them through your swipe, email swipe. I personally don't like to push emails every day. I do let the customers know on the bridge page that I will send them emails every other day to get them introduced a little bit more to this offer. Now, sometimes, customers are a little bit more enthused and they want to move forward quicker. And I know there'll be internet marketers out there. They'll say, okay, no, you want to actually send them emails every day. Um, I know that I don't like that myself. If there's an offer out there that it may be the best offer under the blue sky, right? But if I get pestered, and that's the word I'm going to use, or spammed every day, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to actually deselect every email or get off that offer going forward. That's just me. Okay. Now you may be different. That's fine. And if you want to choose to do it every day, that's fine also. But just keep in mind that sometimes there's a cadence, a rhythm that a customer can expect only if you level set that on the bridge page. Very important. So level set that on the bridge page and get them into that expectation of what's going to come on day one, day two, and onward. You could even do a whole syllabus if you wanted on the bridge page and show them everything what's going to happen throughout the next 7 to 10 days as they go on in developing confidence in the product. Okay, so like it says, the other bullet point that just popped up now is describe your product or service, the offer, as best as you can, but do it methodically so that it really lends to trust. It really lends to confidence in what you're offering. Now, if you don't end up developing that, customers, even after the whole entire email sequence of swipes that you have, may not still buy. It doesn't mean that your product, your description was not uh, good, but be as specific as possible in targeting your market niche. Okay, so meaning, in other words, if you're specific in your descriptors, in your email swipes, even, and you show value as you keep sending them the emails, then it's going to let them know. It's going to let the end user know that, oh yeah, you know what, this service or product can benefit me. It can help me. So that's pretty much it, guys. And let me go ahead and close out of the PowerPoint presentation here. And there's more that I could say about this, but honestly, if you have any comments or questions, just leave them below. I'll leave my link regarding Legendary Marketer as well as my affiliate. If you care to join the program, if you have any questions, let me know as well. But honestly, I would ask that you get in. And once you do, there's a lot of support. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate you being on today. And thank you again. God bless you. Bye bye.